Good afternoon, everyone. So I'm here today with Tilly. So Tilly Bartens, she's from Raring2go in Bedford. So thanks for joining us today, Tilly. I hope you'll be able to just have a nice chat with us and see how we can look at helping, say, ourselves and the community, really. So yeah, thank you for joining us today.
Hi, yeah, thank you. It's great.
Fantastic. So what is it you actually do, Tilly?
Okay, so Raring2go, Bedford and Biggleswade is a local magazine, and it's really aimed at families, things for parents, things for children. So we'd normally be organising or publicising lots of events, lots of local businesses, and we produce quarterly magazines that we print 18,000 copies of. Wow. And we would be putting them out to schools. So we deliver to about 80 schools in the area. And they go home to mum and dad in book bags. So we know the marketing is completely targeted. We know it is going to families. Yeah. So we're not door dropping, it's going to the market that our customers want us to go to.
That's good.
The magazine's also available digitally. So, during lockdown, what we did was produce digital magazines and produce something on social media every day to keep families busy. So it might have been colouring activities, craft activities, but just wanted to do our bit, really.
Yeah, definitely. That sounds good. And just with that, so obviously you mentioned about lockdown there. How has that affected you and your company as such?
So I think if we talk about financial, it's been really difficult. Obviously, it doesn't feel right to be selling. No. So we would generate our income from advertising sales. So, during first lockdown, we certainly went digital. We reduced all our costs. And also we got a lot of people contributing. So charities, the Falconry Centre, they were struggling. So they said, could we help them promote their fundraising activities, which we did. So, in a way, going digital was easier, but obviously we're about print and we don't want to lose that message of print. So we've actually gone back to print. So we've just went out before half term with a physical magazine, which was actually, it was really quite heartwarming because, sometimes I go into schools and I think, oh, they think I'm a bit of a pain, here's another job to do, get these magazines out. But actually they were like, oh my God, we've really missed this. And it was almost like a sign of hope or normality.
Sounds like you got some good feedback actually going back to, like, say, the normality in a sense. That is good to know. So, like, say, it's affected you in a sense, but it's good that you've actually been able to switch back effectively to go to.
Yeah, I mean, I think obviously the financials aren't there, but what I think have been real positives is connecting with people who ordinarily I wouldn't have been able to connect with because they would have just seen me as selling advertising space. But, I've been able to help and support. I've tried to share, promote local businesses wherever, the Bedford Blues Rugby Club, I've done quite a lot of stuff for them, and they tag me in everything now. So, help share the word.
That's it, you get the word out there. And
so I think building those relationships is a real positive, and I'm hoping that those relationships and those connections will stand me in good stead in the future.
No, definitely. And leading on from that as well, I know you mentioned about local businesses and obviously Bedford Blues that you're working with. Mm-hmm. So you put a post out there today on LinkedIn just with regards to like working with local businesses. I don't know if you're able to just to explain a bit more about that and how that works really. So
obviously Christmas, I mean, I think we're all sort of looking forward to Christmas, although it will be very different, but I think it's a sign of positivity and hope, isn't it?
Yeah.
And we hope we're going to enter next year with a better picture. But I think, it's so easy to click a button on Amazon or go to John Lewis or wherever. But actually, there's so much local talent. There's so many local businesses. And I think, right now's the time to shop locally and support these businesses. Mm-hmm. So I'm trying to engage with them so that we can do a feature on our website about, buying local and what's available.
Yeah, definitely. That's good. And say from our point of view, with us reaching out to people like yourself as well, if we come across any local businesses that we know that might benefit from you guys, we could look at always just passing them across, let you have a chat with them if anything comes of anything.
I mean, during lockdown as well, I've collaborated with another business owner, and we've actually set up a networking group called the Three Counties Business Network. So we're looking for businesses from Bedfordshire, Bucks and Hertfordshire to come on board, but at the moment we're doing everything on Zoom and it's free. So we're meeting fortnightly. So again, that's just us wanting to do our bit to connect with businesses and also help and support businesses at a time which a lot of them have had the rug pulled from under their feet, and are trying to find a new way, and we're never going to go back to the old way, because you can't go back.
You can't.
So when we come out the other side, it will look differently. So that's something that we've started. We launched in July.
Okay, is that promoted on like social media as well? Have you got?
It is, yeah. So 3 Counties Business Network, yeah.
Fab. That'll be good. I'll have a look into that as well, because that'll be very interesting to see how it works and how it helps, say, local businesses. Because you mentioned about Amazon, it's literally a click of a button. People just like the ease of it, and they tend to forget about your local businesses. But it's your local businesses that make your town and make your cities, etc., around you, really, isn't it? So,
and it's certainly before I had Raring2go, I was I've lived in Bedford for about 5-6 years now, but I just wasn't aware of the beautiful things that people are making, or the wonderful businesses that exist. I mean, there's such a wealth of talent in Bedford, that I think we should celebrate.
That's it, and rightly so as well, for sure. With that, so in terms of positivity side of things, so I don't know if you've seen what we're putting out on social media. We tend to put at the minute we're putting a daily post of positivity, just because of everything that's going off. We did it throughout the original lockdown, and then we're just doing it again throughout this second wave as such. What is it you find to do to keep yourself positive?
So I think, obviously, from a business perspective, it's just being active on social media and just keeping the brand alive, because realistically, it doesn't feel right, as I said, to be selling. It's about giving right now, and that's a really important thing. Obviously, I've got 2 children, so they keep me pretty busy, and we've had challenges there, because I had one who was due to go to secondary school in September, and one who was going to start school in September. So, they had very different needs, and I guess a positive that I didn't, it was hard homeschooling them and having them at home all the time, but actually when they went to school, I was really missing them, because it was like the biggest chunk of time I've ever spent with them as a working mum. So it's been nice to have that, and it's nice to be here at the end of the school day and at the start of the school day, rather than being elsewhere or being really busy. So I think there's certain things that we need to hold on to in all of this. And fundamentally, the things that really matter to us.
That's it. Yeah, and like I say, if there is people out there that need to speak to you, say social media is there as a platform that they can easily reach out to you. And again, it's all virtual. Like, obviously, meeting people in person is not as easy as it was beforehand. So, like you say, rightly so, you should just be able to reach out. Everyone's there to speak to, regardless, over the phone or over the likes of social media, through just communication like this is an example, really. It's good.
I mean, we've also so obviously my parents live in Cornwall, so I became aware of grandparents being separated. So in August, after a few months of trying to find my feet with it, because I've never done anything like it before, at Raring2go, we've actually launched the Bedfordshire Grandparent of the Year award.
Oh wow.
So
that's very good.
So we're trying to get people to nominate their grandparents, and hopefully spread a bit of joy and a positive message in what's been a different year, with not being able to see people or hug your grandchildren. So we're a few months into that, so looking for business sponsors. We've had a few business sponsors on board, which has been great.
That's good.
So we've had Hayfield Homes as our main sponsor. And we've had Baycroft, the luxury elderly care homes.
Okay.
So we're just looking for a few business sponsors to come on board, but that's going to run for the year, and then hopefully at the end of next year we can have a big event where we'll choose the overall winner.
Fantastic, exciting times, and hopefully it'll all pan out and be, let's say, positive outcome for you all with it. That's very good. Fantastic. Have you got any questions for us at all, or?
Yeah, just really about how are you supporting? What are you trying to do to support the community?
Yeah, so I say it's all about promoting out through on social media, really. It's actually reaching out to people, see how they're doing, if there's anything that we could do to collaborate and help with. So, for example, I don't know, a local farm shop as an example, if they're struggling through the tough times, we could reach out to them, see if we could put them in touch with like our clients, for example, just to make them aware, because a lot of people aren't aware of like your local businesses that are just in little pockets of different towns and villages. So it's us just like going out there to have a chat with them, just to see if there's anything we can do to then pass them across to the clients to say, look, there's something out here that might be of interest to yourself. Why don't you take a look and say it helps out the community as well at the same time? So yeah, it's a lot with us. We're quite social media focused, and a lot of the things that we're doing is all based around that. So it's interesting, and just like through videos and doing things like this, how it can generate such interest that people then, it only takes one person to have a look at it, and if that one person's then happy from seeing something, then it's a win at the end of the day. Because if you don't do something, then like you're never going to be able to help people. So
yeah, and if we can help spread the word for any people you come into contact with, then we're more than happy to do that.
Yeah, definitely. No, I appreciate that. That's very kind of you. So I'm more than happy to help out where I can with you guys. We can we'll pop it out there and say if there's people that are looking for, if they've got a grandparent that they want to put an award forward for, they can do. Or say if they've got children, they can have a look at like the colouring competitions that you do, and they'll be able to go from there. That's not a problem.
Yeah, sure.
Fantastic. But no, I say if you've got any other questions, let us know. If not, say thank you very much for your time with that.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.